Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone this morning? Did you miss me as much as I missed you? I don't think that could possibly be possible. You know what I mean? I missed you tremendously. So many things over the last week that I saw and experienced that I couldn't wait to come back and share with all of you. Good morning, Patricia. How are you? I am stuffy as all get out, but I've taken my Sudafed and I've just a sec. And I have this thing that I travel with all of my. I just have a issue with being stuffy in the morning, and so I always travel with Sudafed because it'll dry up my head. And then I have this thing. It's called To Go Clear My Head Sinus Relief, and you just put it I just put it under my nose and it just works a miracle. I'm telling you. And it's just essential oils, but I love it. Hello, Miss Debbie. How are you? So happy to see you. So happy to see you. I was just saying that I am so filled with inspiration, as you can imagine, because I just saw art and inspiration everywhere. I did, I asked Jeff's cousin if he would bring me 25 sheets of copy paper so that I could do crayon rubbings for everyone at the retreat. And so I knew exactly what I wanted to do crayon rubbings of for everyone. And so I plopped myself down in front of this New York City grate in the sidewalk, and I got one done, and two doormen came over to me and said, "You cannot sit on the ground." So there went that idea. Anyway, I just had the best time. I know, Deb, I saw that. So did you guys get that crazy snow? You know what? We got out of New York, I think, just before it snowed. We had lots of rain toward the first day we had rain, and then we had great weather for the majority of our visit. And then the last couple days we got rain, but no snow. But we were very glad that we took our puffy coats. That's for sure. So without further ado, I can't wait to share with you my new, oh my gosh, I'm so sneezy. I can feel it in there. My new launch. So, I'm sure you have seen Block of the Month and Book of the Month. Well, I thought, wouldn't it be cool to do a calendar that we color together, we fill with color each month for the following month, right? So today starts the launch of the whole shebang. So each month you'll get a new art printable. A new art printable will be available with my signature posies and encouraging messages that are hand lettered. And then, so this one, January's releases today, right? So, and then it will continue in that fashion throughout the year. So today, so January's launches today. So you have a whole month to play with it and get artsy with it. But here's the coolest thing. Good morning, Peg. How are you? Peg, did you get crazy weather too? I know Kiel's got really a lot of snow too. Anyway, so I am going to film my art printable with, I made a deal with myself that I was going to do all of the pages of my calendar with colored pencil. Because I thought, you know what, if I do 12 months of colored pencil work, think how much better my colored pencil work is going to be, right? So that's where I'm at. But my team, my wonderful team, wait till you see what they have created with this artwork. I can't wait for you to see it. I just can't wait. I swear. So be sure to good morning, Nancy. So be sure to watch my social media as I will be posting and posting and posting what I've created, what they've created, with this same artwork. And here's the thing, my team. Tessa said, hey, wouldn't it be cool if the artwork is so cool that what if we did the calendar, but then we also do other things with this same artwork? Oh my gosh, you guys. I can't wait for you to see it. I can't wait for you to see it. So without further ado, let's just set to coloring, shall we? So I think I want to do my butterfly. I'm really feeling like I wanted mine to be bright, of course, as always. So I'm thinking I'm going to start with some yellow and then build out from there. Oh my gosh, I was listening to Etta James this morning. Ooh, I love her. What a talent. What a talent. So as I was saying at the very beginning of this class, there was so much that I saw and experienced that I thought, oh my gosh, I can't wait to talk about it with my peeps. That will, we all speak the same language, don't we? I love that. I love that. So I'm working with, I've been really working with, 3 colors for the most part. I started this on the airplane last night. It was a long flight. Oh, Lordy, it was a long flight. And I kind of love flying, but I was ready to be home last night. It was 5.5 hours. Doesn't that seem extreme? Well, I'll tell you something, it was. Okay, so I started with these 2 yellows. And now what I am finding, sunburst yellow and Spanish orange, which I love me some Spanish orange. James Taylor. Oh, lovely, Peg. James Taylor's Christmas. I love that. I love that idea. Okay, so this is what I've been kind of playing with. I have a yellow ochre. What's this one? Goldenrod. I'm going to come in with a yellow ochre as my third. So I've been doing like a base color, and then I come in with a deeper color, And then I come in with a third color and I kind of blend that all out. I go over everything with that third color. And then I start to do my back, forth, back, forth, back, forth, right? And I do my circle-y blend. It just brings this richness. So the third color doesn't necessarily have to be lighter. It can even, so here on these purples, my third color was hot pink. Here, my third color was a very light pink. So, remember, it doesn't matter the color as much as your pressure, right? So the color, when you do like a little bit of a deeper color, like this ochre, that's just going to bring this richness to whatever you're coloring. And shape, right? We're working on form always. So a butterfly. So now I am barely touching my substrate with my pencil. But do you see how that's just subtly creating this? Good morning, Michelle. How are you? Michelle, I am launching a brand new product today, and it is called A Year in Bloom, and it is a calendar of the month, like a calendar page of the month for us to create. So today's December 2nd, and I'm releasing January today. Okay, let's see. I was thinking I wanted to do something with vermilion. What else do I have here? Poppy red. I love those two together. And I'm thinking like an orange, cadmium orange. That'll be a nice combo. Oh my gosh, Michelle, it's so fun. It's so fun. And I was saying, my team has created some of the most inspiring pieces. And, because they took the artwork and created something more. They did their calendar and then something more. So watch my social media. I will just be flooding it with A Year in Bloom. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what I was thinking, you know what I'm thinking? What if I added a little bit of orange to this? That's gonna, see how that, I don't know if you guys can see, but by just adding that little bit of orange, that's already rounding out this petal in a really nice way. But you see, I'm barely touching my substrate. So that just gives me a nice slow build of color. Another thing that I wanted to share is, do you see, so these sides, we want to build those, right? We want to build those sides up to give our petal really nice form. But right here, we want that to really kind of pop. And so we do that by just doing a circle, 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 circle. But do you see, like, no pressure, no pressure. We're just slowly building color and form with no pressure. And then we'll come down and we'll just blend that out, right? But by doing that, this kind of pops that little bulby part of the petal, just pops it out. So we're going to do the same thing here, but with back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. And here we have a little more, so we'll do like half moons of color. There we go. There we go. But again, no pressure on that pencil. Remember, that's the worker finger right there. Right? Slowly, slowly. Oh, let's get a little bit more orange down here just to kind of tie everything together. So I hope you'll join me on this year-long artsy adventure of creating a calendar. Carmen is going to be putting her calendar in her art journal for 2026, which I thought was a brilliant idea. So I thought, well, I want to do all the things that my team is doing. Because you know us, we don't want to deny ourselves any cuteness. No denying any cuteness. Oh, everybody, let's take a drink. I saw, it just makes things so much more interesting, you guys, when there is, what do I want to say? When there are more than one color, like when it's not just a flat color, right? We want many colors, because if you look at a flower in nature, if you look closely, you'll see that there are many colors in a petal of a flower. If you look closely, you'll see, because the light reflects everything, right? It's like the side of a Coke can. You're going to see more than just red and silver and white. You're going to see all the colors that are reflected around it. So the same with flower petals. So one thing you can do, so these kind of aqua petals, the opposite of blue on the color wheel is yellow, right? So what if we, is orange. So what if we came in with a goldenrod? We just added just a little bit of that. It's going to grow our... It kind of makes things a little bit more green, which is kind of interesting and cool. Which is circly blend. Yeah, Peg, you know what's so interesting? Peg, I do find that coloring is the thing that does, it does make me slow down. You know what I mean? Like some art practices are, I find that they are quicker execution. But coloring and painting, I find, I do have to slow down, and I kind of like it. I like it when I slow down. So, all right, I think maybe I'll do this one, that same. I was going to do this a different color, but I kind of like that idea. So let's go with Spanish orange, because I love Spanish orange. Oh, Deb, I love that you're using those Derwents. I love that. So like before, I'm just, and it helps me, I'm just laying down a base of color, is what I need to finish a thought. It helps me to just do each chunk, each section itself. Do you know what I'm saying? Like break it down like that. So, oh, Etta James is singing in my head, you guys. She's just singing to me. A Sunday kind of love. There we go. There we go. Building up, starting to build up some nice shape. So I just start with that low pressure, fill the space first, right? And then I'm going to come in with that second color, sunburst yellow. And let's build that next. So let's do the same circly blend. So I did post in the post before this live, I posted, I am so excited to have been asked back to be one of the mixed media teachers for One Badass Art Journal. So the most important thing is that you use my link, and so I posted my link and a promo code to get 20% off. Like I said, just before I'm posting this class, and so just know it's there. Watch your emails, because I'll be sending emails about One Badass Art Journal. I'm super excited that oh my gosh, you guys, wait till you see my project. I've been working on it for months. I've been building and building and building my my reference file. You know how I love a reference file. My reference file for my project. And it's going to be colorful. It's going to involve lots of art papers, and it's going to involve a little bit of a artist study. I can't wait. I cannot wait to share it with all of you. Let's see. What color? Let's see. I was thinking this guy, let's start with some blue. I'm thinking let's do a blue. I just want to get a little bit of a blue body going here. So all of the messages, the encouraging messages. Thank you, Pegs. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All of the messages that are on the calendar pages, I told Tessa, I want it to sound like I'm talking right to you. And I'm talking right to me too. That we are all magic, right? We're so I think we get so involved in our own stuff that we forget what magical creatures we are. And so I hope that you take those messages to heart, because I really thought them through. So each month, the following month will be released, and then at the end of the year, you'll have a whole calendar, right? But the other cool thing that about this is that oh gosh, so stuffy, you guys. I'm so sorry. We left the calendar blank down here. So this is not necessarily a 2026 calendar. It can be any year. We left everything blank so that you can write your own dates in there. You can write your own, write messages in there. You can fill it with whatever you want, which I thought would be super fun. Super fun. Let's see. You know what? I think I want to come in with this. I think this is a turquoise. Let's come in with a little bit of that little circly blend, circly blend, circly blend. That's already deepening the shape. I love that. So just little by little. So I went to the Museum of Modern Art this time, and I did not go to the Met. I've been to the Met before, and so that wasn't as pressing to me as I had never been to the Museum of Modern Art. And there were two things that I really, really, really wanted to see. I saw like a billion other things, but there were two things I really wanted to see, and they were the one of the original Starry Nights by Van Gogh, and Ruth Aswa ASA. Oh my gosh, how do you say her last name? Her art was so inspiring, you guys. I bought the book. Asawa. Her body of work was so vast and so varied that I will tell you, the time that we spent at MoMA, my phone ran out of battery. I took so many pictures. And I felt like I just got the tip of the iceberg of all of it. And so Ruth's was the last thing we saw, and oh my gosh, from she's famous for her metal sculptures that are like woven wire sculptures that are just awe-inspiring. And so I just found myself mesmerized. Yeah. And let's see. Well, I think I'm going to do my letters. There's Vermilion. You know I love me some Vermilion. I found myself mesmerized by those sculptures because that's what most people know her for. But she also, on display, were her vast body of watercolors, her sketchbooks that, I swear, you guys, there's something about a pencil drawing that just melts my butter. I just love a sketchbook with pencil drawings. It was just, she had a whole series of stamped images that were, honest to Pete, you guys, they were just, if you get the chance, you know what, I will do a little, I will do a artist study of her work in a newsletter, because she was she's somebody every artist should know about. She was just incredible. So I sharpened my pencil because I'm going into tiny spaces, and remember, when you sharpen your pencil you get crisper lines. When you have a blunt end on your pencil, that's when you get that blending bliss. So I want to start with this pale vermilion, and then I'm going to really play with this poppy red. I'm going to there we go. I want to really round out, even though they're skinny lines, I feel like I should be able to get some cool shading in those skinny areas. And like I said, after a year of doing colored pencil work, amazing things should happen, right? I should learn a lot. So let's see, what did I have to talk to you about? Oh, Hannah's postcard exchange is happening now. So I will be posting all of my postcards on my social media also. And so be on the lookout for that. And then as I receive postcards, I will be posting those and sharing those here. You know what? Let's sharpen this poppy red. Let's see what we can get going up here. So I want to do... There we go. That's nice. I'm just drawing a line. Let's see if we just have a deeper line kind of running through each letter. There's something that happens when you colored pencils touch watercolor paper. Oh, it just makes me so happy. You get this cool texture. That's making me happy. So did everyone have a nice Thanksgiving? Please tell me all about it. Did you color your turkey? Did you document all of your things that you wanted to remember? I saw a couple of people have posted theirs. I'm dying to see. What's happening in your world. I'm telling you, I thought about you guys so much, thinking like all these things that I experienced. I thought, oh my gosh, I can't wait to talk to them about it and share with them and hear about what they did over the last week. There we go. So a little bit sharper lines. That's making a nice... some nice form. Yeah. It gives it that almost glow kind of look. So I did not go to an art store. I was going to, but I saw lots of art instead. But I did go to one art store. I went to my friend Tracy in Connecticut. I drew a bunch of custom stamps for her. For Connecticut and New England, and now I don't even remember everything else that we did. But anyway, I did a bunch of stamps for her, and so we have just had a grand relationship ever since. And anyway, I have always wanted to visit her store. And so Jeff and I rented a car one day. We were at his auntie's house in Nyack, which is a little bit north of the city. And so we rented a car and drove to Connecticut to visit Tracy and her store. And you guys, I found she has oh my gosh, Tracy's store, seriously. And I only had like an hour and a half because we had to get back to the city to make it to the Knicks basketball game that night. So, you know, I made fast time in that store. But she had something that I've been intrigued by for a very long time, and that it's a paint a paint company or paint collection called Paper Artsy, and it is acrylic paint, and it comes in 3 forms. There's opaque, semi translucent, and then translucent. And then she has there's another line that's called and this is called, it's like fresco finish, I think is what these are called. And then this one is called matte tint, so it's matte finish, but it's a tint of a color. And then they also have, I've been doing bunches of those rain paintings with the Ken Oliver Color Burst. Well, Paper Artsy also has a series of those pigment powders called Infusions. And then Lindy's Gang has some pigment powders called, what is it called? Magicals, I think. You guys, I knew I had limited space in my suitcase, so I bought so much of that stuff and had it sent to me. So just know that will be in our future. And Tracy has a complete line, and her online store is amazing. So just know that's coming down the pike. And I got to meet Jonah, who I've only talked on the phone with forever and a day. So that was lovely. And you know what? I think I'm going to come in with some of this sunburst yellow. See what happens when I do that. When I add just a little bit of that. That's nice. That's adding a really nice glow. And I didn't sharpen this one because I want that blendiness. But I'm being careful so that I don't. Because when it's a blunt tip like that, we can't completely stay in the lines because you don't know exactly where the tip of that pencil is going to leave color. I'm loving that. Oh, Michelle, I love that you've been to. I know, Jonah has been my personal shopper forever. And, we met over the phone during the pandemic. Because I would call and I would say, Jonah, can you, because Tracy always, she always has a really strong mixed media selection. And like I said, her online store is banging. It's amazing. But there's something about being in person and seeing it all. And do you know what I mean? But anyway, during the pandemic, I would call and say, Jonah, I want to buy, I'm interested in, what Posca pens do you have? And so she would send me pictures, or we would just talk about it, and then I would place my order, and so then I would get this lovely package of artsy fun in the mail. I loved that. So this has added a little bit of something, that's for sure. Adding this little bit of sunburst yellow. I can't wait to see what you guys, how you feel your monthly, your year of bloom, how you what colors you choose, what medium you choose. Oh my gosh, that's all so inspiring and fascinating to me. I love that. Yeah, and I just, by breaking it down by little section by section, oh my gosh. I think I do a better job. Do you know what I mean? I think I do a better job filling with color and working out each, what do I want to say? Like each, I concentrate more on my technique. I think, let's do this. That blue is so pretty, isn't it? This is a Holbein porcelain blue. I just really like that blue. And this is Cobalt Blue by Faber-Castell. Just a little bit. Let's do a little bit of that over here too. Circly blend, circly blend. Pretty, 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 pretty. Oh my gosh, I saw this. Hi, Sarah. Tracy and I have met in person quite a few times at different trade shows, but I hadn't met Jonah, and I'm telling you, it was a delight, as you can imagine. As you can imagine. Let's see what the outside of that. I'm thinking. I don't know. So we're working with colored pencils today, Sarah. Sarah and I went on a colored pencil shopping spree when I was visiting Seattle, the Seattle area, a few years ago now, I think, Sarah. Anyway, oh my gosh. We found the coolest art store, which is now closed, which always makes me so sad. But holy tamale, we got some of the coolest, seriously, the coolest, what if some of the coolest colored pencils. That's when I got a whole bunch of Holbein, you know what's so funny? I take art supplies with me, and then I barely use anything, but it's there in case I need it. You know what I mean? We did buy so many colored pencils that day. And we had a lovely lunch, and you know, it was a perfect girls' day. But she did have like colored pencils that I had not gotten before, the Holbein. And you know, they're lovely. I don't have a whole set of them because they're a little spendy, but they're lovely. How are we doing on time, you guys? Oh, yeah, lots of time. Let's make sure we take a drink, though. All right. I'm thinking, I have this concentric circles and this concentric circles. I'm feeling like I want to do like maybe shades of something. I'm kind of digging that. Enjoy your day, Peg. I bet you will. I'm thinking that you will. You're just that kind of girl. You know?
Someone is at the front door.
Ignore the doorbell. You know what? They'll just leave it at the door, whatever it is. Or Jeff will come running down the stairs. There he is. Ooh, vermilion red. So pretty. So what if we have poppy red and then pale vermilion? Those are nice. Those are nice. Psst, psst, psst. Let's see. Let's start that one with cadmium orange, maybe. Oh, this one's going to be lots of colors, you guys. I think I'm going to start with the sunburst yellow. Let's start there. Right. Just circly, circly, circly. That's making me happy. I'm thinking closer to the beginning of the year, probably in January, Deb. Well, at the beginning of, after Christmas, we'll start that 2026 journal. And I was talking to Carmel. Sorry, that's Jeff's aunt. Carmen about that. And I said, do you think that, should we change it up? Should we have a different kind of art journal this year? And she said, absolutely not. Everyone knows that you're all about the composition book. So I said, all right, I can do that. So, okay, I put a little bit of cadmium orange. Let's come in with that vermilion, the pale vermilion. Oh, that's pretty. And I'm just kind of doing the circly blend right into that first layer. See what we get. And then let's build up the edge of that. There we go. I'm telling you right now, the cupboard is bare in this house. There is no food. We came home and we were both a little bit hungry last night. So I ate a cracker. Jeff and I were laughing pretty hard. The cupboard is bare. I think it's that poppy red. Maybe I shouldn't come in with that just yet, but oh well, I did. So we are doing a composition book. So make sure you have a composition book for your 2026 art journal and Corbiere-Scott Designs. I've been kind of thinking about my word too, Deb. I started to think about, at first I was gonna do encourage. I really want to spend more time encouraging people. I feel like that's kind of what I was meant to do in life. And so I've thought about encourage, and I've got a couple. You know how that goes, don't you? What are you thinking, Deb, word-wise? I don't know. Last year was capture, and I really tried to embrace it. And so I tried to incorporate it into my life quite a bit. And so I thought about encourage, because every month I would use my word to encourage myself and others, and really kind of lean in that way. I'm not definitively going there just yet, Deb, but I'm sure thinking about it. How about anybody else? Do you practice the one little word mentality? I just, oh my gosh, I love this flower. You guys, I'm loving how this turned out. Let's do the circly blend. Here we go. That is making me so happy. Reflect, rejoice. Both really good words. Really good words, Deb. I think I'm going to come in with that yellow a little bit more. Kind of really build up that vermilion kind of vibe. So I'm going to get a little bit more of that yellow. But then I want to come in with that poppy red and really... Oh, I love that poppy red. Purpose is... Let's see, purpose will be my 2026 word. I'm being laid off again, and is really making me realize I need to work harder on finding my true purpose in this outside world that fits with where we are at life. Yes, I agree wholeheartedly, Sarah. I think that's a lovely word. And don't you think... Hey, Julie! I am launching my Year in Bloom calendar today, Julie. So today we are launching the January calendar. And then each month going forward, I will release the following month's artwork. So that's what we're playing with today. We're launching a Year in Bloom. So it'll have my signature posies and an encouraging message. And then you're going to fill it with color that makes your heart happy, that makes your heart sing. I did a painting years ago. Hi, Connie from Central Oklahoma. How are you? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So when we lived in San Francisco, I was an outreach worker for Native American Health. And it was in the early 90s. Like, I think it was 1990, actually. Oh, my gosh, shut up. I love that so much. And I... was at this big health fair, and then it was also like a street fair kind of thing, and there was this painter, and oh my gosh, we were broke as a joke. I couldn't buy paintings to save my soul. I couldn't buy somebody else's art. But I was so inspired by that person's art that I went home and I painted a canvas, because I already had all that stuff. And it said, "You make my heart sing," and I gave it to Jeff as a present. I don't know where that painting is right now, but I'll find it. Anyway, it was so pretty. It was so pretty. Inspiration is everywhere, you guys. It's everywhere. So Connie Johnson, tell us about yourself. Did you have a nice Thanksgiving? Let's see. This is vermilion also, but it sure is a different kind of vermilion. We could add a little bit of that. I like to do those dark colors right in that crease. Let's see what happens. Right down that center. Look at the richness that that's bringing. I'm telling you, layer those colors, you guys. Layer those colors. Layer colors, and then come back and blend it out. There we go, with that circly blend. Circly, circly, circly. Oh, That's making me so happy. So much so, I think I'm going to add this. Not scarlet, let's see. This is the vermilion. Let's sharpen that. And then let's add a little bit of that to our letters. Look how pretty that is. Layers and layers and layers of color, you guys. Colored pencils are a pretty fun medium to play with. So, Connie, do you go to, are you, number one, do you live near Oklahoma City? I was just there. Oh, Connie, I love that. Sounds like you had a beautiful Thanksgiving. Did you download my printable? I think I want to do something, since these letters are oranges and an hour due east. Okay, okay. Alrighty. So I hope that you grabbed my Thanksgiving art printable and filled it in with all your cool memories and lots of color, of course. Ooh, everybody, let's take a drink. We gotta stay hydrated. That's for sure. Thanks, Denise. So it's going to be an ongoing, it'll be all year long, Denise. Every month we'll come out with a new, the following month's calendar. And so then at the end of the year, you'll have a whole calendar done. And we'll have done it together, which is the best, 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 right? And, oh, I just love it. And my team, everybody's creating with this in their own style, which is the best, right? And they're creating other things with this artwork. Because remember, once you buy my artwork, then you can print it as many times as you want, right? So how fun is that? How fun is that? Kind of thinking about some blues. Oh, golly. Hey, Kay, how are you? I hope you had a nice holiday. I do. You know what? Let's do this one in shades of blue. I have this super, super pale blue, which is cloud blue. Let's start with that. I do. It's not a head cold. It's just stupid allergies. And I'll just tell you, Jeff and I were both plagued with them the whole time we were in New York. The whole time. Let's go. Let's do this super. So, Connie, go to my website and go to the freebies section and get your Thanksgiving 2026 art printable. And then go to A Year in Bloom and get the January art printable. Okay, this time I'm going to do a light coat of this cloud blue over the whole flower, and then I want to build the layers like this one. I really like that. Let's copy and with some other blues. What else do we have? Caribbean Sea. So let's just slowly build. Again, no pressure. No pressure on our pencil. Just slowly build those layers of color. Back, forth, back, forth. All right. Oh gosh, you guys, I'm so over. So I will continue to color my January. I can't wait to see what you guys, oh my gosh, we're just gonna inspire each other over and over and over again. So be sure to get yours. It's on 8.5 by 11, and I use a 90-pound watercolor paper by Canson. Sorry about that, Michelle. I swear by it because it'll run through your printer and you'll get, I mean, it's not like Faber-Castell or Fabriano or anything, but allergies are the worst. Anyway. Oh, I bet you guys have allergies like galore with all that wind and wind and wind. Yikes. Okay, so check out One Badass Art Journal. The link is in a post right before this class. Check out January, A Year in Bloom. I can't wait to spend the whole year making it with you guys. And what was the other thing? And think about your one little word if you're going to do that. Think about it. And we'll talk about it again. Oh, and get your composition book all at the ready for 2026. Can you believe we're almost at 2026? That's crazy. I appreciate you all so very much, and I'm so grateful. I will see you tomorrow in Stitch Along, over in Stitch Along with Anne Facebook group, and go out and make it a terrific Tuesday. Bye, everyone.